So Eryka, today we're going to talk about stablecoins.
Stablecoins are a really hot topic, and one of the first stablecoins that came to rise was USDT, also known as Tether. Essentially, stablecoins are coins that are backed by real world assets. And they were kind of a tool that was made for traders to be able to trade in and out of cryptocurrencies without having to go to actual dollars. So, taking Tether, for example, as the first and largest, and I would say most well known, Tether is always supposed to be pegged to a dollar. And so, in that sense, it's just I would say, a tool for cryptocurrencies to be traded that is stable, hence stablecoins. Since USDT came out, there have been a couple other stablecoins that rose up. So we'll talk about the three different types of stablecoins that are now, I would say, in the market. So the first one is stablecoins that are pegged by a dollar, right? So the best well-known one of that is Jeremy Allaire USDC. That one is very, I would say, accepted by institutions. It has a lot of credibility behind it, and that is a coin that is pegged to a dollar. So if you give USDC, if you give Circle a USDC coin, they will give you a dollar, and it's backed one-to-one by dollars. There's another category which is double pegged or over leveraged, right? And that's DAI and USDT, where there's actually more collateral of those stable coins that are on the books than what's circulating. Sometimes you do see USDT trading at, let's say, like $1.01 or 97 cents, 98 cents, instead of exactly that dollar. Now, that's kind of a function of trading on the exchanges. If you take that USDT and you give it to Tether, they will still give you $1 for it. So it is backed. Now, the third type of stablecoin that I would say is a lot more experimental is an algorithmic backed stablecoin. So UST, which is the Terra Luna thing that happened, that a lot of people that crashed pretty badly recently. So UST Terra was also always supposed to be a dollar, but it was mathematically tied to Luna. And then they also actually mathematically tied it to Bitcoin within the last month. So it's a ratio of how much Terra would be burned based on how much Luna or how much Bitcoin was behind it. So the two were mathematically tied to each other. Luna is a separate coin from Terra.
What happened recently with UST Terra Luna, and what is the fallout and response to this?
Now, unfortunately, because the market crashed so severely and Luna was crashing, Bitcoin was crashing, the peg to UST was lost. And now UST was a dollar and now it's zero. I think right now it's sitting at around maybe like 5 cents the last time I checked. So it has gone up a little bit, but there is a lot of drama around it. And I would say that, to your question about what the fallout is, some people are speculating that this is Ponzi-nomics, that this individual did intend to, that it wasn't like the market crashed and this fell. This was intentional. And some people speculate that. But what you're seeing is a lot of pushback and almost a reason for the government to come in and say that they can regulate stablecoins. Hester Pierce, we call her crypto mom, and she's she's part of the SEC, came and said they are going to now start looking at stablecoins. I think this has kind of given them a reason to be able to and really ultimately implement the CBDC, the central bank digital currency, which will act as its own stablecoin, but instead of being backed by dollars in a bank account, or being backed by math and Bitcoin and other coins, or being backed by assets, it's going to be backed by the full faith and credit of the U.S. government. So yeah, stablecoins are something that was a trading tool, used very much as a trading tool, and people tried to be innovative with them. I kind of like the idea of an algo-backed stablecoin, but it definitely did not work out, and it does not work out when the markets are going down, sometimes only when the markets are going up.
Thank you for that information, Eryka. And it's interesting how you brought up the CBDC, because just at lunch today, my husband and I were saying the exact same thing that you did, that this could be a reason now for that to come into place.
Yeah, they're going to say that regulation needs to happen around it for investor protections, which a lot of people did get burned in the UST crash. And there were certain points where on DEX exchanges, on the decentralized exchanges, you couldn't swap out of UST. There was nothing you could do because there was no more left and there was no liquidity to trade. So a lot of people did get, screwed over. But I think that at the same time, we have to understand that this was an experimental project that, you never should invest what you're not willing to lose, because this is in anything, but especially in a technology that is unproven, fairly new on the scene. I think I heard about Terra Luna like maybe 2 years ago. So I feel bad for a lot of people that lost money, but at the same time, you got to be responsible for your actions.
And you and I have said that a few times, and that's why we're doing what we're doing, to educate people, the newbies and the ones who know what they're doing, and do not invest more than you can or are willing to lose.